Are you sleeping with my husband?
Honestly, Blair, you tell me to leave Ben and Vicky alone, and so I have. I've moved on, and speak of the devil, there he is. Are you sleeping with Sky?
You two-faced backstabber. I gather that you think I'm responsible for Nora destroying your wedding.
How could you bring yourself to tell Nora that I switched those test results? How could you let me walk into my wedding without warning me that it was doomed from the start?
Will?
Oh, this won't take long. Well, first, I just want to say thank you for arranging for me to stay with my mom last night.
How is she?
Not good. You know, I mean, she's trying to hide it from me, of course, but once she went to bed, I could hear her crying from her room. She really does love you, Bo.
Yeah, I think she does.
And you love her, too. I know you do. I know you do, even now. Look, Bo, if the two of you don't want to talk about your feelings, fine. But I do. I have to, because I love my mom, and I care about you a lot, and I've seen firsthand how happy the two of you make each other. You belong together. That's what I came here for. I wanted to find out if there's any way you could possibly forgive her. Is there?
You came here. You came home.
Nora, I came by to kiss Matthew and to get some work. And then I'm leaving again.
Mrs. Carpenter.
Yes, you Dr. Daniels?
Yes.
How do you do? This is my son, Kevin Buchanan. I wanted him to be here with me for this.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Well, I'm sure you're anxious to hear our conclusion, so let's begin. Now, there is a chance, mind you, a chance, not a certainty, that from what we're seeing in the mammograms and what we're getting from the pathology reports, there could be a cancer. Let me explain. Now, I have examined your slides with 2 other pathologists, and we're in complete agreement. There's an abnormal growth of the cells lining the lactate. Could be a cancer. Breasts. Now, this could simply be benign, but in a significant number of cases, could be a cancer. Comes up malignant. In a significant number of cases. In a significant number of cases, could be a cancer.
Hello. You said something was on your mind before we got interrupted. This obviously has something to do with me, or Kelly and me, so what is it?
Well, maybe you don't want to know.
No, you're wrong. I do want to know.
Well, how do you know that until I tell you? And then if I tell you and you don't like it, then I can't very well take it back now, can I?
Never mind.
Lindsay, I don't know who told Nora about the fact that you altered Beau's fertility test, but it wasn't me.
Dorian, only 3 people knew about it. Now, I know I didn't tell Nora. I know Sam had a good reason not to. That only leaves you.
You're forgetting a fourth person, the nurse who gave you Beau's test results, thinking you were his wife.
Oh, so you did talk to Nora about this?
Only after she had already figured it out herself, and I tried to protect you. I did. I denied everything, but let's face it, I have a bit of a credibility problem with Nora myself.
Even if I choose to believe you, why wouldn't you have warned me?
Because she said she was going to go to Sam with the information. Well, I was nearly 100% sure that Sam would stop her from doing anything. I certainly didn't think he would allow her to go into that church, make a complete fool of herself, and destroy your marriage. No. Anyway, why are you angry at me? You should be angry at Nora. I'm the only friend you've got in this town. And I swear to you, I'm really sorry about what happened.
You could have at least told me. I would have been prepared. Might have done something.
Look at it this way. As angry as Beau may be at you, you're carrying his baby. And that's what he wants more than anything else in the world. A baby. So when you tell him that you're pregnant, he may not be able to forget, but he's certainly going to forgive.
Will, you're a good kid, and I understand you being concerned about your mother, but I just don't feel comfortable discussing my relationship with her, with you, at this time.
Okay. Fine. Once again, I really appreciate, you taking responsibility for me while I'm out on bail. But I won't hold you to the deal.
That deal stands. I haven't changed my mind.
Thank you. I mean, considering all the mistakes I've made.
There's nothing wrong with making mistakes, as long as you learn from them.
And what if Mom's learned from her mistakes? Look, Beau, I know what she did, and it was awful. But Mom has changed so much since she's known you. Because she's known you. I mean, she's always been kind of insecure, And I think a lot of it stemmed from my dad always having this thing for Nora. But since she's been with you, you have given her this whole new kind of self-confidence. And this thing that she did that hurt you this much, she wouldn't do that now. I know she wouldn't.
Well, your mom's got to be proud of you. I know I would be if you were mine, but what happened, it happened between Lindsay and me, and that's where it stays. End of discussion. Excuse me. Buchanan?
Well, I guess I'm not the reason you're here, am I? But it doesn't matter. You're here. That's the important thing. I've missed you so much, Sam.
I've missed you, too. After I got over being angry.
I got over being angry at you, too.
That's good.
Maybe we learned a little bit about each other, Understand why you did what you did, and now you understand why I did what I did.
No, wait. I don't understand why you did what you did. I don't know if I'll ever understand why you did what you did.
And you are still angry.
I am disappointed. I'm disillusioned. But I had so many illusions about us. Maybe it's best I lost them.
And what about forgiveness, Sam? Have you lost that, too? I mean, two people who love each other are supposed to be able to do that. If they can't forgive, then...
Nora, if I didn't love you, I wouldn't hurt so much.
You haven't cornered the market on hurt here, Sam. I'm hurting, too. Staying away from me hurts me. And this coldness, when you're here, hurts me. Reaching over in the middle of the night and feeling an empty side of the bed, that hurts me. I never felt so alone. I can't change it. I don't know how to change it. Tell me how to change it. can I do, Sam? You tell me. Tell me what I can do to bring you back to me, and I'd do it. Because I really, truly believe that deep down inside, you want the same thing that I want still. Our life with Matthew, our life with each other. You do still want that, don't you, Sam?
What is going on here?
I asked you a question, Max.
And I can't believe you actually think she's telling the truth. Come on, Blair, look at her. She's smiling at you. She's yanking your chain, and she's enjoying it.
So you're saying Sky went all this trouble just to tick me off?
Oh, hardly. Would you look at who's standing next to her? That alone should prove that I have nothing to do with her. She's doing this to make him jealous. Can't you see that? Why else would he be here?
Maybe Sky likes an audience.
Look, okay, look, I'm putting an end to this right here and now. Look, Sky, look, you had your fun at my expense and at Ben's.
Have I really?
Yes, but it's over now. You're gonna tell the truth. You're gonna tell Blair that nothing is going on between us. Go on and tell her.
The next step is to schedule a biopsy. It's a minor surgical procedure that can be done in the outpatient OR. The sooner the better. In fact, I'd prefer if you'd schedule it today before you leave.
Okay.
Well, any questions now?
My mind is a complete blank right now.
Well, this pamphlet ought to help. And I have a nurse educator who's very knowledgeable. Either she or I can answer any questions that come up.
Thank you.
Mrs. Carpenter, I know you're feeling very overwhelmed right now. But remember, even if this growth is malignant, it's very small, and we caught it early.
That's right, Mom.
That's why mammograms are so important. Well, I will be in my office for the afternoon if you have any questions.
It's gonna be okay.
Oh, my God.
It's okay.
Oh, my God.
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't want Bo or anyone else finding out about this baby.
Why not?
I have my reasons.
You have your reasons? What could they possibly be, Lindsay? Are you going to try and punish Bo? Because he, what, left you at the altar?
I'm not doing this to punish him. I'm doing it for myself.
Oh, yourself. Would you stop it? Stop being so stupid. This is another one of your secrets, isn't it? I'm telling you something. You are not going to be able to keep your pregnancy a secret from Bo. And when he finds out, this time he is never going to forgive you.
Nora, if there was one thing that you could say or do to make everything right, believe me, I'd tell you. Where's Matthew?
He's in the park with Marianne.
I'm going to get a few things out of the office, and then I'm going to get out of your way.
Sam, why are you doing this? I don't want you to do this. You don't want to do this. Why are you doing this?
You have left me no choice.
There's always choices, Sam. Everyone has choices. You have the choice to stay. You have the choice to forgive me, to love me, or to scream and yell and rant and rave at me, pick up an end table, fill this gulf between us with
You know what I don't have a choice about? I don't have a choice about how much pain I happen to be in at the moment. It seems to have a life of its own.
But you have the choice to remember what it was like before the pain. Come on, Sam. To remember what it was like to kiss me underneath the fireworks in the park. To remember what it was like to bring me here for the first time. And to remember the night that we first slept together under this roof. Matthew, the smile on his
Nora,
face.
I know. I think about all those things in 1,000 other moments.
Sam, we built a lifetime of yearning into a life. We made the impossible happen. We built a life together. Why can't we rebuild a life that way?
You know, there's the real question here, which is, did we really build a life? I know that we tried to build a life, but did we get a new life? Nora, the shadow of the old one is overpowering the new one. Look, take me, for instance, okay? For 20 years, I loved this woman, but I couldn't have her. She was married to someone else. I married someone else. And so I made that okay for myself by telling me that it was just enough to love her. Maybe it was better this way. Maybe it was more pure. And I took that love and I put that love on a pedestal. I put you on a pedestal.
I'm not on that anymore, am I? I don't do well on pedestals, Sam. No one does.
Yeah, but you understand, you were on this pedestal when you came to me a year ago and wanted my help in giving Bo a baby. And it was still okay with me to be second best. But I've changed. It is not good enough for me to be second best anymore. You understand me? I am not going to devote one more minute of my life to someone who makes another man their first priority.
Bo is not my priority.
Nora, that's not true. Look at it. He is your first, your last, and always in your heart priority. And that's not good enough for me. So you go ahead and you love him all you want. You love him from afar. God knows, I know what that's like. I did that for 20 years. But I'll tell you one thing. I will not be consolation prize, no matter what.
I thought I was prepared. If it was bad news, I wasn't.
Well, it wasn't bad news. Mom. He was talking in percentages. He wasn't talking in certainties. Okay?
Right, yes, right. So, what do I have? Could be a cancer. Okay, I said it. Cancer. Isn't it strange how frightening just the sound of a word can be?
Well, when your test results come back benign, then you're not going to have to worry about that word anymore. Okay? So, we got to talk about Joey and Jess. Should I tell them?
No, I don't want to alarm them until we know more, okay?
Okay.
No.
Mom, I want to tell Ben.
No.
Let her tell...
No.
Why not?
A million reasons. No. Oh, there's so many things to think about now. So many things to decide. Would you mind terribly just giving me a few minutes? Okay.
Hmm? Okay, but everything's gonna be, it's fine. It's gonna be okay, okay? It's definitely, I'm gonna be right here.
Ben.
What's the use? You didn't believe me anyway, and you were fooled so easily it wasn't any fun. No, Max is telling the truth. I made up the whole affair.
Sky, turn off your venom and go. What are you doing in my bedroom, Davidson? Looking for you. You see, I'm doing some research you might be interested in. Seems your condition may not be so serious after all. Oh, really? Well, thank you for sharing. But you're not on my case anymore. You're not on anybody's case. So why don't you get the hell out of my room, get the hell out of my house? Blair, would you see him to the door?
Oh, that won't be necessary, Blair. Till next time, Max.
Well, well. Guess whose turn it is now.
Blair, no. No, look. Sky is my problem. I will take care of it right now. Why don't you make sure that Ben leaves and stays out?
You take care of her.
What the hell do you think you're doing to me?
Can the accused say something in her own defense? When did Lindsay tell you about a little switcheroo of Beau's fertility test results? Months ago? Was it perhaps around the time that we were vowing and pledging to tell each other everything? You covered up for Lindsay, Sam. You're the one that endangered our relationship. Not Beau, not me. You did.
You know, I hear hurt. And I hear anger. But I don't hear you denying your feelings for Beau.
And if I did, would you possibly believe it? Like you haven't on 100 or so many other occasions when I've... Okay, what the heck? I'll give it another shot. Sam, you are my life. Beau isn't.
Really?
Yes.
Then why did you take time out from your busy day to go over there and dismantle his wedding?
Because he was being lied to?
Because he was wedding another woman, and you couldn't stand not being the center of his world.
Well, I sure picked a wacky way to try and be there, didn't I? When I went to Beau's to tell him why I did what I did, he told me to take a flying leap.
Exactly. Nora, the fact that you went over there at all just proves my point. You just cannot get over the fact that you are not married to Beau anymore.
Yes, I can get over that fact. The problem is you can't get over the fact that I was married to him. You can't get over the fact that I loved another man for years. I can't change that, Sam. And even if I could, I don't think I would. Because it's part of me. It's part of who I am. It's part of my history and my past. But it's you I love now, Sam. No one else.
You know how much I wanted to believe that.
Then will you please believe it? Come on, Sam. Tell me what I can do to convince you, please. Just tell me anything. I'll do it. Just please tell me.
All right. All right, I will.
I didn't know Blair was lurking when I mentioned our affair. That was for Ben's ears only. Didn't you happen to notice the book he took on his way out? Yeah, Max. That's right. I found Ben just as he was discovering that you are a textbook frontal lobe damage case. Literally. So I had to think fast, and I did. So now he thinks we're having an affair.
Well, thank you for delaying my funeral for an hour. Ben's a doctor. He'll catch on to the scam.
So who's he gonna tell? His good friend Asa? Frankly, it's Blair that I'm more worried about.
Blair doesn't know a thing.
Yeah, I got that. So when exactly are you gonna tell Blair that you're ditching her to be with me?
I never should have told you that I'm pregnant. In fact, I never should have told you anything about my life.
Just hold on. Take a breath, would you? I mean, it's obvious you're in a lot of pain, but there's no reason to take it out on your
Don't
friend.
you tell me what to do.
Hey, stop it right there. Drake is a guest in my home. You can jump down my throat if you like, but don't attack an innocent bystander.
Innocent. Your guest is anything but innocent.
Okay. Enough with the innuendos, all right? You've been hinting that you know something or think you know something about Drake. Why don't you just say it?
Okay. We know each other. Don't we, Drake? We had a little one-night stand. The only problem is I didn't know it was a one-night stand when it happened.
You're mistaking me for someone else.
No, I'm not. You be careful. Because when he gets what he wants from a woman, she ceases to exist. That's what happened to me. Don't let it happen to you.
Either I have a doppelganger out there, or your friend needs to take antipsychotics.
Maybe both. She did seem fairly certain, though, that she's known you before.
Yeah, and I'm more than certain that I've never met her. I mean, other than making her acquaintance here in Landview. I do think that's something I would remember.
Mm-hmm. And Lindsay isn't the sort of person you're likely to forget easily, for good or ill.
No, she strikes me as a blonde tornado.
I probably shouldn't ask, but oh, what the heck? Drake? Are you the kind of man who uses a woman and then tosses her aside? Should I be worried? Should I run from you just as fast as I possibly can?
Why isn't my word that I love you good enough?
Nora, you're a lawyer. We're both lawyers. Words come easy to us. And the fact is, you've always known the right thing to say. Some of the things you've done, those are the things that worry me.
Well, they can't be undone.
I know that. But maybe you can make up for them. You said just a moment ago that you'd do anything to prove that you love me. And I thought of something that would remove all doubt in an instant. Something that's not difficult. And it's not even something I wouldn't be willing to do myself.
Let's go to build up. You've got my heart racing. Go ahead.
I just have to make a little phone call to set it up.
Dorian, I've broken a few hearts in my life. And I've had mine broken a couple of times. But I never broke Lindsay's heart, and I will never break your heart. Of course, you could very easily break mine if you doubt me.
This isn't doubt. I'm just being cautious.
It's good to be cautious. But I'm not asking for commitment.
Oh, I'm not asking for commitment either.
No, it's amazing because we've really only known each other a short time.
Yes, it is amazing, isn't it? Oh, Drake, I may not be looking for a commitment, but I don't want just a fling.
No, this isn't a fling. And you know it as well as I do.
This is all just so miraculous.
You are a remarkable woman.
And you are the most charming man.
Enough talk. Sky,
I know how you feel. Look, I'm frustrated, too. Pretending to love Blair. I mean, when the feeling's gone, it's gone, right? And it's like, all I want right now is to spend every minute with you, but we gotta keep up the con.
I don't want to keep up the con, Max. I want to go public with this.
Me too. But the trouble is, Ben is suspicious of you, and now of me. As long as Blair thinks that I have brain damage, so will Ben.
So you need to find a doctor who's going to swear your injury is real and cure you.
Well, I've been working on it. But we got another problem. Blair knows who Ace's real son is. If we kick her out, what is to keep her from going to Asa and spilling everything?
Nothing. If I was in her position, I'd probably do the same thing.
So the bottom line, for the time being, is that I have to be nice to Blair, and you have to give me time to play this out carefully, capiche?
Yeah, capiche.
Good girl. And if you pull a stunt like this again, I will have you thrown out of BE on your behind. I don't know how much more I can take of that woman.
Get rid of her. She turns my stomach.
Yeah, me too. But trouble is, she knows that I'm a fraud. And if we kick her out, what's to stop her from going to Ace and spilling everything?
Nothing. I would do the same thing if I were in her shoes.
So the bottom line, for the time being, is that I have to be nice to Sky, and you just have to give me time to play things carefully, capiche? Like, don't we need to be at Dorian's right now?
Okay, Max. I'll continue capiching. But I don't have to like it.
Hey.
What are you doing here?
Trying to track down some medical books. A nurse just told me she saw you with Dr. Hanson.
Oh.
Are you okay?
No. No, I'm actually not okay. I'm now singularly in charge of this whole fundraising thing for the Women's Health Clinic. Because, you know, Dr. Hanson's so busy, she has no time, so. Would you be okay if you were doing fundraising?
No, neither would the hospital.
So? Have you found out anything more about Max's condition?
More than he wants me to know. I found some medical books in Max's possession. Looks like he's been boning up on his own symptoms. Now, if this brain damage is an act and he and Asa are scamming us all, do you know what this means?
Well, you could get your license back.
That's right. And if I take this to the board, and even with those hand-picked stooges of Asa's, they would have to give me my job back.
It would certainly be very sweet to make them realize they were conned, huh?
Oh, yeah. Then I deal with the old man on my own.
Right. This is just another round in your vendetta, isn't it? Don't you think you can just leave the whole thing, drop it all?
Blondie, my sister is dead. My nephew could go to prison. My brother could lose his house. I've lost my job. I've lost everything that is dear to me. This is not about vendettas. This is about life and death.
No, Ben, it's not. It's about revenge. When you face a real life and death situation, you know the difference.
I just wanted to return this.
Why don't you keep it? I don't take gifts back.
No. He was your mother's. It's more than a gift. It was a token of something that's not there anymore, and I don't blame you for that. Just keeping it would just remind me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Lindsay, are you all right? Is this real, or are you faking this?
No, that's great. No, we'll be right over. Okay, bye. Do you love me?
Completely.
You willing to make a commitment to me? To us?
Totally.
Then tell it to the judge. I just talked to Judge Reinhardt. She's waiting in her chambers. In 15 minutes, you and I can be husband and wife. Interested?